and welcome to today's festive Pilates, a lovely 45 minutes of stretching, toning, nice hard work in preparation for the gluttonous period. So let's go. Toes pointing forwards, feet hip width apart. Good. Check down, as always, that your toes are pointing forwards, and check that you've got your weight between your toes and your heels, somewhere halfway. Your toes are a little bit separated. You gently push down through each of your toes. Think about your feet as a tripod, your big toe, little toe, heel, like a tripod. Bring your hands onto your hips, soften your knees slightly. So that's just a tiny little bend there, just soften your knees slightly. Tuck your bottom under and then stick your bottom out. So we're doing that nice pelvic tilt to feel the range, but also think about which muscles you're using to do it. So think about using your abs to scoop and tuck under. Think about using those small back muscles to stick your bottom out. Tucking under, sticking your bottom out. Good. Brilliant. Keep going, scoop under, stick your bottom out. Good, just a couple more. Brilliant. And then start taking your weight from leg to leg. Remember, with this one, you lift up through the leg, squeeze through your glute. Good. Squeezing your glute, squeezing your thigh. Brilliant. Drop the shoulders down, broaden out through your chest. Do all of this while you're taking your weight from leg to leg. Brilliant. Lovely. Settle in between. Make sure those ribs are down. Your chest is open. Shoulders down away from the ears. Focus a little bit on those shoulder blades, just drawing the shoulder blades down away from the ears. Good. Hands down by your sides and pick up, round and down with the shoulders. Coming forwards, lift, round and down. Forwards, lift, round and down, and go again. Forwards, lift, round and down. Good. With both arms down by your sides, take your head over to the side. So stretching through the neck here. Brilliant. Good, and then go the other way. Bring the ear to the shoulder, stretching down through the side of your head. Good. Remember to soften through the knees, have a little bit of action going on in the front here, and the chest open. Good, and then turning your head to one side, but actually thinking about this shoulder actively pulling down and back and round as you turn the head away. So don't let it follow, bring it down, back and round as you follow round. Good, and then the other way, other shoulder, down and back. Brilliant. Both hands behind your head. Bring your chin down and stretch through the back of the neck. And then come up and open with the elbows. Bringing the chin down. Breathe out. Breathe in as you come up and open. Breathe out as you come down. In. This is when I realise I've got so much tension through my neck. Didn't even know. Brilliant. Good. And up and open. Lovely. With the arms down again, bring the palms up, take your hands out to the side. Try not to knock the Christmas tree. Dropping the shoulders, keeping the elbows quite close into the body, but not fixed in towards the body. Lovely. Good. Breathing nice and relaxed. Great. Hands out. Stretch your arms out. Brilliant. Pause there to really elongate through each of your arms, pushing outwards with your fingertips. Brilliant. Stay there. Breathe. Holding it there, feeling that stretch through the arms. Good. And then turn the palms down and continue to push out. Breathe, shoulders down. Good. Lovely. Pulse the hands up and down, or the arms up and down. Good. As you're doing this, just think about what you need to use with the rest of your body to try and keep it nice and still and stable. Palms facing forwards and come forwards and backwards. This is the one that you have to really think about the rest of the body. Anybody else getting tingling in the fingertips, or is it just me? Good. Palms facing up, and then bring the arms up above the head as if you're clapping the hands together, and then come back down. Good. Come up, hands together and down. Lovely. Up, hands together and down. Good. Lovely. Just a couple more. Brilliant. Good, and come down, and those arms should be feeling it very. So, hands on your hips. Lift one shoulder. Drop the ribs, scoop and tuck your bottom under, and hips nice and level. Swap and push the heel down. I know I do this one every time, and I think, gosh, people must think I'm so boring, but I love it. I love the stretch through the ankles. I love how it helps us align the legs, pushing the knees forward. Good. I like how it keeps the hips nice and level. You have to work hard at keeping the hips level. Good. And how you have to work hard at keeping the foot and the ankle stable. It seems to address a lot of the problems that people can get, which would be floppy, loose ankles that sprain easily, knees that drop in, hips that rock a little bit too much as we walk. All of those problems cause so many, or all of those asymmetries cause so many problems in the body, like back pain, hip pain, knee pain, sprained ankles. So actually, this is just such a good exercise for control and alignment and mechanics of the legs, which is why I slip it into every workout. Good. Lovely. Bring the heels together in first position. Anyone who knows their ballet, I think that's first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Good. Anyway, you don't have to do that. That was just me reminiscing. Bend your knees, scoop and tuck your bottom under. Good. Point that leg out at that 45 degrees there. Good. Make sure the hips are level. Good. And then lift and down. Squeeze through that thigh. That knee wants to bend often when you lift the leg. So squeeze through the thigh. Lift and down. Tighten your glutes, hips nice and level. Good. Breathe and drop your shoulders. Good. And hands on the hips help you to know where they are as well. Rotate the standing knee outwards. Nice. Good. And come to the side and to the front. This is where you really start to feel those glutes. Good. Keep breathing. And as you can see with me, this hip is hitching up a little bit. Really, really super hard to keep it completely level. But I don't want it up here. It's this kind of thing that I'm wanting you to try not to do. Good. Brilliant. Bring the leg in. Keep the knees bent. And take the other leg out to the side. So we've got to start from where we started here, lifting and lowering. Keep that knee strong, that thigh strong. Standing leg, keep the knee rotated outwards. Good, and try not to hitch up this hip, keep it down. Brilliant, strong through the thigh. Lift and point, lift and tap. Now with all that talking, I have absolutely no idea whether I did the ankle on the other side or not, so let's do it on this side and we will all equal out in the end. Scooping in your tummy. Good, and now forwards and to the side, forwards and to the side, and you'll feel all sorts going on in the side of that hip there. Brilliant. 3, 2, in. So, moving back to an exercise that I know you've been tempted to do with our one that we've done the last couple of times. We're going to go back to our RDL, which is for the hamstring. So have a little surface next to you if you want to. Hold on to your Christmas tree. And take the leg back and the body comes forward. So we are standing on a strong, straight leg and the other leg comes back, kicking the tree. There. Now you can do it without a surface. Just keep everything level. It can help to bring both arms out in front. Good. Sliding that leg back, on a strong, stable leg, and keep the leg that you're standing on straight. It's a locked, straight leg that you're standing on. That makes you use those hamstrings. Oh, last one. Swap sides. I can't get my balance on this one today. Other leg strong. I think I'm usually close enough to the TV that I can hold on to it. Other leg out behind you. Good. I'm going to rotate. Lovely. Draw everything in to come back up. Good. Bringing those arms out in front if that helps. Good. 2 more. Lovely. Give those legs a shake. So hamstrings are really funny muscles in that you often don't feel it while you're doing the exercise, but then when you stop and move them around, then you do feel it. Anyway, a few exercises with the calves. I want you to just have your heels off the mat and your toes on the mat. That's enough to really sort of feel like you're pulling up onto your toes, almost like on a step. So pull up and back down. Think about squeezing through the calf to draw up onto your toes. It's an exercise and a movement that we can do mindlessly and actually not really use the calf much at all. But if you draw everything in and think about lifting and tightening and squeezing up through the calf as you pull up onto your toes, then it can be very useful. Good. Lifting up through the arch. And when you do this without holding on, what I find is I can feel around my Achilles working really hard, which I think is something that can be really useful to work that area and keep it strong. Many people develop Achilles problems. Good. Couple more. Lovely. All right, on to the end of your mat. Good. Breathing in, breathe out and sink the chin and try to nice and slowly curl down one vertebra at a time. Good, all the way to the bottom. And then just let everything hang. Feel the lower back stretching. Feel the backs of the legs stretching. Perhaps you can have your hands on the floor. Don't worry if you can't. Bend one knee and sink into the other one. Sink back through the other one. So you're feeling a particular stretch down through the back of one leg. Breathe in and out and hold. And then you may swap. Push the other knee back and feel the stretch down through the back of that leg. And then hook your hands together, bring them up and over the back. I bet the first time we did this it felt particularly tight, but hopefully as we do it more times you feel a little bit more. But it actually adds a little bit more weight going forwards, a little bit more force going forwards to stretch through the backs of the legs. Good. And coming down onto hands and knees. Great. And then we're stretching the right arm forwards with the fingertips still on the floor.
think about the rest of your posture. Have your other arm pushing out and away, knees hip width apart, feet hip width apart, squeeze in your tummy, just scoop forwards and lift, and then come down. Slide along the floor, scoop forwards and lift, and really try to do it all without twisting or moving the back at all. Good, scoop in through that lower tummy, tucking your chin. Your eye line should be in line with your fingertips, and your chin tucked, your neck lengthened, just like when I talk about your posture in other positions. Good. Lovely. Now with the legs, stretch your right leg out and push away and come back down. So really lovely and strict. Push away and lift and down. Try not to arch the back at all. Away and lift, even if your fingertips, your toes just lift off the floor just a little bit. Think about being strong around those shoulder blades, being strong through the arms, lock out the elbows. Brilliant. Now, sideways with the left. 1, 2, 3. Stay strong through your tummy. 4, 5. And then the other side, just 5, because I've got a treat after this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Straight leg out to the side. Oh my gosh, you will feel this one. Let's just do 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Come back in. Other side, straight out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I find that one so difficult. Crazy. Okay, so I'm going to take my socks off because this is a good one to, you want your toes gripping on your mat. I want you to start with your hands under your shoulders and your knees under your hips, and then just walk your hands 1 hand length forwards. That's all we need. Tuck your toes under, hover, stretch forwards, back and down. Okay, and again, hover, forwards, back, down. Good. Lovely, keep going. Two more. Good on your thighs, this one. Last one. And if you're anything like me, you've slid your arms a little bit further forwards, I'm sure. Okay, coming around into sitting. Great. Bend the knees. Heels planted into the floor. Arms out in front of you, the usual position. Up tall. Good. Curl back with the arms straight. Come up. As you come up, rotate and open out. So we're opening and rotating on the upward bit. Curl back, rotate. Good. Lovely. Nice rotations. Scoop in as you curl back. Pull up tall as you come up and open. Nice. Good, couple more. Brilliant. Good, come forwards, and I want you to see if you can come down towards just one leg. So let's go for the left leg first. If you're flexible like me, you'll be able to get hold of the toe and pull it up as you come forward. If you're not, please don't aim for it in a very awkward way. Just come as far as you can down the leg with the arms there. Good. And then bend towards the other one.
Good stuff. A couple of rolls. Do you like these? Hold on around your knees and pick up your feet. Your knees and toes together, so they should be pinned together. Curl your back, push your lower back into the floor and curl back and up and stop. The first one you've got to sort of really feel what you need to do. Curl back, come up and stop. Don't put the feet down. Good. Couple more. As you go, you feel you can start controlling it with your back. Nice. Okay, coming down onto the mat. Feet are hip width apart, toes pointing forwards, tuck through your chin, broaden and open out through your chest. Breathe in, breathe out and sink the ribs down, rock your pelvis and find that little arch in the lower back. Make sure you're somewhere in between here and arched all the way, somewhere half in between. Tighten through your pelvic floor. Remember, that's your cue to get those nice corset muscles switched on. Make sure you're not gripping with your obliques, which feel like sort of tight bands sometimes that come around like this. So squeeze in through your middle there and make sure it feels fairly relaxed, because actually those deep muscles you can't feel when you do this. They're deep to the spine and they're the ones that need to work during your Pilates. So lifting and lowering one leg at a time. And they're the muscles that keep the hips nice and stable as you do this kind of thing, lifting and lowering alternate legs. If you're not using your deep muscles, but you're solid around your middle, what you'll find is your hips move, because then those bigger muscles, they're not able to stabilize. Good. As you go, tuck the chin, chest open, chin tucked. Brilliant. Ribs down. As you bring the ribs down, make sure it's not the big muscles that are dragging the ribs down. Good. Lovely. Taking one knee sideways. The whole aim of this one is to keep those hips nice and level, so they're not rocking from side to side. You can use your glute a little bit. Squeeze your glute to take the leg over to the side, and use the glute on the other leg to push down into it to stabilize, to not move as you take the other leg out to the side. Good. Keep your breathing relaxed. Throughout all of these exercises, you should be able to breathe in and out through, in through your nose, out through your mouth. And your ribs should be the part of you that's moving rather than in and out here or up and down here. It should be lower ribs expanding. Good. Stretch out that right leg. Up and down with that straight leg. Trying to keep the back in the right position. Ribs down. Point flex. Point flex. Good. Your back will want to flatten towards the floor, to be honest, when you bring that leg up, because most people have slightly tight hamstrings. Lovely. Bring that leg down. Stretch out the other leg. Point and flex. Good. Point and flex. Accept the back will flatten slightly, but try not to let it push down into the floor. Bring that leg down flat now. Lovely. Knees and toes together. Good. Hands on your ribs here. Pick up the hip and take the legs over and come back. Make sure you don't leave that foot on the floor. You roll onto the outside of one foot, picking up the other foot. Show me the soles of your feet. Your hands should be guiding those ribs to stay down on the floor. Elbows nicely out to the sides. Good. Just taking those legs as far as you can. Good. Before everything wants to twist. It's a nice back stretch, but it's also a control exercise as well. All right, widen through the feet again. Bring your hands behind your head. Make sure that chin is tucked and then pull up off the floor. And we're going to count to 10 in this position. 2, 3, 4, keeping the arch in the back, squeezing through here. 7, 8, 9, 10. Come back down again. Feel how that lower back has to work to keep up off the floor. And go again. 10, 9, 8. Work the pelvic floor. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back down again. Just have a breath. And the last one of these. Come up, squeeze, draw the ribs down, scoop in the tummy, tighten the pelvic floor. Keep your back a little arched. Brilliant, and come back down. Good stuff. And that was to activate those outer muscles now. You were allowed to activate the outer muscles when you have both legs off the floor or when you crunch. So, right leg up, draw in the tummy, draw down the ribs, pick up the left, right down, left down. Nice and seamless around here. That tummy should feel strong, the ribs drawn down, everything nice and strong and tight, and keep that little arch in the back. Good. Up, up, down, down. Brilliant. Keep thinking about the rest of your posture. Tuck the chin, broaden the chest, ribs down. Poised and strong through the top half. Working through that middle, and then obviously moving through the hips. Planting the feet firmly with a bit of purpose. And then lift up the other leg first. Good. Draw in your tummy. Keep thinking about pulling in the tummy. Pulling the belly button backwards, scooping in through that lower tummy. Very nice, good stuff. Give those legs a little shake and then curl and crunch and hundreds, arms down by your sides, up and down with your hands. Scoop in through your pelvic floor and your lower tummy, lifting up through the shoulders but not too high. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. And out, in, and out. Right hand behind the head, left up and down. Not many of these now because we did quite a few with the double arm. Good, swap sides, other hand behind your head. Good, keep thinking pelvic floor because everything's pushing in that direction. We want to get a nice lift to keep all of that really strong. You don't want to be pushing out and down. Leads to all sorts of problems, men and women. Brilliant. Come back down. Lovely. So let's have both legs up in tabletop. Draw in the tummy, chest open, chin tuck, tap and lift, tap and lift. Good. The body wants to twist a little bit as you tap, so try and avoid that. Just focus in directly on that one hip that's moving each time. Good. Drawing up, scooping in. Good. Pause there and take one leg out to the side at a time. Side and back in. Try and come back to that sort of aligned point each time. Good. Breathing nice and relaxed. Good, and we're going to continue. I'm sorry, stretch away and in, out and in. Good. Draw in, tuck the chin, chest open. This is actually harder with the head and shoulders down compared with when we're in a crunch. So coming down, staying down. 3, 2, 1. Good. Bring your knees in to stretch. Stretch through that lower back. Roll from side to side, perhaps. Good. Good. Okay. Legs back out to tabletop again. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get these ones in. Put your hands underneath your bum, more under the sort of fleshy bit of your bum, not under your back, under your bum there. Pull your toes up. And I just want you to start by pushing both legs out just a little bit, just pulsing forwards and backwards like that. Breathe, chin tucked. And then as you get more confident, you might be able to come out a little bit further. Just see how far you can go before your tummy wants to dome outwards or you feel a little bit too much pressure. Good. 3, 2, 1. Nice, they're hard. Good work. Okay, shoulder bridges up on the toes. Haven't done those for a while. So pull your feet in and pull your heels right up. Tucking under, curling up, pushing your knees away, up high on the toes. If this gives you cramp, which I know it does for some, really keep your heels down. Good. Curl up and back down. I'll do a few with your toes up, a few with your heels down. Toes up? You know what I mean. Heels up, on your toes. Good. Tucking under, curling up, and back down. Good. Broaden the chest, tuck your chin. Lovely. Last one, stay up and straighten one leg out at a time. Out, plant it on your toes. 2, let's try and do 10. 3, plant. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lovely. Curl back down. Wonderful. Okay, let's come up and do a few stretches before we move on to our next phase. Crossing the legs. This is my current favourite stretch. Left hand on the floor. Come over. Good. And hold. And then rotate. Both hands on the floor if you can. And hold. Come back into that side bend and hold. And then come back to the middle. Other side, come over and hold. Both hands down, rotate and hold. Good. Over to the side again and hold. Breathe. And then back to the centre. Okay, on to our fronts. That was a very brief stretch, wasn't it? I just wanted to give you a little rest before we moved on. Arms down by your sides, bottom tucked under. Good. Lift the shoulders, lift your hands, hands down, shoulders down. Tuck your chin with your forehead on the mat. Shoulders, hands, hands, shoulders. Good. Bottom tucked under, I've already said that. Feet firmly on the mat. Lovely. Shoulders up, hands up. Pulse those hands up and down. Stretch your fingertips down towards your toes. Scoop your bottom under. Good. Good work to keep my chin tucked with these. Palms facing in, circle out. Lovely for toning the arms, by the way, these ones, triceps and all sorts. Circle the other way. Arms on the floor, out to the side. Elbows 90 degrees, shoulders 90 degrees. Lift and down. Bottom tucked under, shoulders away from the ears. 2, 3, 4, 5, keep your control. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lovely.
push up and arch your back as far as you can. Breathe. And come back down. Adjust your hand position, see if it feels any different or any better in a different position. Push up and arch. Good. Lovely. Cool. Coming up onto your hands and knees and then back, sinking back into your heels. Push and try and stretch your hands as far forwards as you can. So less of a lazy stretch this one, pushing and stretching the arms as forward as you can. Good. Coming up and then into kneeling. We touched on this one last time. Coming over to the side, I just want to remind you that that knee needs to be underneath your hip there, and actually coming up onto your fingertips, or like a sort of gorilla hand is better than a flat hand because it brings you higher. So coming over to the side like this, the other hand on your head, and then lift and tap. Lift and tap. So the toes come down to the floor each time. Your hips are nice and firmly facing forwards. Five more. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then down and back up with the elbow. Good. 2, 3, 4, keep going. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lovely. Come back up, other side, onto those sort of fingertips, if you like, everything in line, knee underneath hip, other hand behind the ear, lift and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10, we did 15 on the other side, so let's keep going. Now that is 15, well done. Keep the toes on the floor, elbow down and up. 2, keep the tummy strong. 3, my friend says, break your ribs on this one. 8, 9, 10. Lovely. Coming down. Okay, so sitting on the heels here. Good. If you're comfortable there, of course, you can just cross your legs or sit up on a chair for these ones if you want to. Let's take the head over to the side again. I know we did these at the beginning, but so important, especially this time of sort of stressful time of year, opening out, stretching through the shoulder. But we didn't do it with the hand on the head, did we? Good. And then to the other side. Push down into the floor with the other hand. Good work. Coming up, pushing one arm backwards there and just doing a little bit of a nerve stretch, stretching back. For some reason this hand on the front helps, not sure why. Good, and then the other side. The drink. Good stuff. Coming up onto your knees, 1 foot forwards, scoop and tuck your bottom under. Use those pelvic tilts that we've worked on earlier. Tuck the bottom under and then lunge forwards into it. Once you lunge forwards with the bottom tucked, you get to a nice stop position there. If you don't tuck it, you can keep going much further. So scoop under and tuck, and that will stretch the front of the hip there. Very important for any kind of back problem, hip problem, knee problem. Hip flexors getting tight can be a real problem with that. Good. Other side.
Scoop under again and lunge forwards a little bit into it. Drawing in your abs, dropping your shoulders, tucking your chin. Every one of these positions, even the stretches, we think about the posture as well. Good. Both knees again, tucking your toes under, stretching your bottom up, walking one heel down and stay. So push down through the heel and stay in that position. Good. Push down through the other heel and hang there, feeling the stretch through the back of the leg. Good. Walk your hands to your feet and then it becomes a different stretch, doesn't it? It becomes much more down through the backs of the legs there. And breathe. Coming up and then bend one knee. Hopefully you've got enough balance on one leg to pick up the other leg. Level off your hips. Bending the knee, feeling the stretch down the front of your thigh. Good. Draw in the tummy, up tall. Nice, bring that leg down, pick up the other one. Mindfully thinking about how much you need to work the leg that you're standing on. Drop your shoulders, scoop in your tummy. Lovely. Both feet on the floor, breathe in, up onto your toes. Breathe out, hands behind your head. Breathe in, lift up through the shoulders. Breathe out and drop, widening the elbows. Breathe in, stretch up, out, round and down. Whatever adjustments you need to make, you just saw me as well. Breathing in, on the toes. Breathe out, hands behind your head, drop the shoulders. Breathe in and lift. Breathe out and drop. Breathe in, stretch up, out, round and down. Lovely, that'll do us. So thanks for joining me, guys. I hope you enjoyed that class today. Lots of stretching, toning, and preparation, like I say, going into this gluttonous period. I hope you managed to get some workouts done through this time. It does certainly make you feel good and a little bit less guilty about everything you're going to eat and drink. So take care, guys, and Merry Christmas.